We all know the story there. And I just want to know, why is it that South African men do not date Nigerian women? Like, there's literally no record of that. Like, there's no story there. There's no, you know?
Obviously, as you can see, I am a black South African woman. I am not a black South African man. However, I'm going to answer this question anyway. There's literally a small amount of Nigerian women coming to South Africa in comparison to Nigerian men. Men are usually the ones who usually travel in comparison to women. They are most likely to settle in foreign countries and most likely to even marry women of those nations. Nigerian men do it all over the world. They don't just do it to black South African women, they do it to women. But the conversation is not even about Nigerian men, it is about Nigerian women. There are Nigerian women who are in relationships with South African men. However, like most Nigerian women, they prefer dating their own men. You would see them even in videos when they do YouTube channels. Most of them would come in foreign countries married or come into those countries with partners, committed partners. So sometimes it has nothing to do with looks, okay? I get that South African women push the narrative that we are the most beautiful in Africa. We are not. There are beautiful women across Africa. Africa is a continent. As black women, we need to stop the stereotype of believing that Nigerian women are not pretty. Because also, it creates the stigma that we are the only ones in Africa with actual beauty. But that's not the case, and that's not how men view it. Men are men. Men would be with anything because they can be. So it's important for us as a black woman to keep that in mind. Actually, a black South African woman. There are women, foreign women, in relationships with black South African men. But again, because our men also like us, because we are the only ones who are adaptive to the cultures, we are the only ones who know them and understand them, they prefer us in comparison to other women. They know that they would not be, culturally confused, because it also means that he as a black man needs to adjust to a Nigerian woman's culture, to her own beliefs, to her own thoughts, and men do not like that. Men don't like things that they don't understand, that is too complicated for them. Unless he's honestly committed to you from the heart and he actually just wants to be with you, he will do anything to learn anything about you. But if he's not and he's just a man in jail because, like a black South African men who are actually too privileged, who gets whatever they want in this country when it comes in terms of women, with the types of women that they get, then why would he be with a foreign woman? He does not want that labor. Black South African women tolerate their men. They tolerate their men. I guess this is why they behave the way that they do. Nigerian women are not that lenient when it comes to their own men, even in comparison to the way that we are lenient when it comes to our own men. Even Nigerian women would tell you why they don't want to be with South African men. The stigma around them even goes across the border, what they do to their own women. But mostly, most of them come into South Africa married with partners, or they are in a serious relationship. Their partner brought them here. And if she's independent, trust and believe that she's gonna go and get a man of her own background, with her own similar beliefs, similar cultural background, similar ethnicity. She's gonna get that because she does not want the baggage, basically. However, there are black South African men dating Nigerian women or dating foreign women in general, basically. So South African men want their women just as much as Nigerian women want their own men. So it's not that they don't even prefer them. So if South African men had the opportunity to travel, they would be doing what Nigerian men are doing, which is being in relationship with women of those nations, because that's what men do. It's not even specific to just Nigerian men, it's specific to men in general. That's what European men did when they came here and settled here. So yeah, so travel a bit more, then you'd see them being in relationships with women from Congo, women from Namibia, women from Zanin. Zanin is not even a country, it's women from Zambia, women from Zimbabwe, because they are doing to them when they are here. Like, don't listen to men. In some cases, don't just listen to them, because they will tell you what you want to hear. They will tell you things so that they can please you. They will tell you things that you would not even think about. It will be so entertaining to hear them mock other women from other nations just to make you laugh. But go behind your back so that they can also sleep with those very same women that they are mocking, and tell you that, oh, create all these ugly stereotypes just to make you feel good about yourself. There are beautiful Nigerian women, beautiful, amazing, with beautiful bodies all over Africa, because we are beautiful in Africa. So don't even tell yourself that thing, South African men don't want to be with Nigerian women because they are ugly. They're very gorgeous, okay? Don't even do that.
Yes, we do date ama-Nigerian, ne? Ikuthi siyadla bese sivala la. Okay. Asifana njengabantu besimame abala eMzansi. Bebe, Nigerian lokhu nalokhu amnandi ama-Nigerian esiswami. Bamnandi. Ngeke ngiwaqhathanise nabanye abantu, kodwa nje bamnandi. Into engakugcina yona leyo. Siyathandana nabo, siyajola nabo. Yabo, ikuthi sidla nabo.
You know, my sister, I'm gonna put a missing puzzle to what you're talking about. And there's a lot of stereotypes that are happening and that are circulating among society, particularly about South African men, and South African men don't usually react to them. But this one, I'm gonna address it. Because a lot of you sub-Saharan and Central African ladies, you're not telling the complete truth. You are allowing this lie to perpetuate that we don't want you. It's not that we don't want you, and you guys know the truth of it. The truth of the story is, for those who don't know, who have never approached Central African ladies and other countries below the African belt, is that these ladies, from the families that they're from, their brothers, their uncles, their fathers, and even their mothers, they are being told specifically not to date South African men. And from my own personal experience, because I've approached women from Kosovo, Senegal, DRC and stuff, and even Nigerian women, when they come to South Africa, and particularly in university, because they would come as exchange students, I would approach them and I'll throw myself to them. But now, this is where it becomes funny. Some of them have afforded me the truth. They've told me, my family told me not to date South African men. I am scared to date South African men because of these specific stereotypes and this and that. Now, the problem with that is this. Your brothers, when they come here, they automatically give you boundaries and give you rules of what not to do, what to avoid. And one of those things you must avoid is who? South African men. So we would approach you. I'm going to give you guys an example. Years ago, I approached a girl from the DRC, French-speaking girl. I approached her, we spoke, we were getting along. Until, even the sisters, they're in on it. Until her sisters saw that I was speaking to her. So now Mpoza looks a certain way. So they saw the hair and the beard. They thought I was probably one of them. And they started speaking French. I was like, nah, no, I'm not a French guy, I'm a South African guy. They're like, no. And they started speaking French. And I asked her, what are your sisters saying? She said, you know, Dad told us not to date South African men. And I asked them, and they told me that they say South African men are dangerous and all this and blah, 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 blah. So it's very messed up for you guys to act like we don't want you. And the other factor is, it's rare to find a women from other countries of Africa, because your families are leaving you behind. Your brothers and whatnot, they're not here with you guys. So how are we going to have access to you guys if most of you are not here? So please, let's fix these lies that are being spreaded about South African gents. It's because your families are the ones that...
No. Let's not generalize. How many Nigerian men are there in South Africa anyway? How many? versus the South African women who are in South Africa. So you can't say Nigerian South African men were complaining that Nigerians are stealing their women. No. I couldn't care less if every Nigerian in South Africa dated a South African woman. As a matter of fact, dated 2 South African women. It still wouldn't make a difference. There's just too many South African women for us to complain. Maybe it was just a small group of people who were maybe xenophobic or who had a problem, whatever problem that Nigerians, local sisters are teaching Nigerians. Personally, I don't have a problem because there's not many Nigerians in South Africa. Maybe I'd worry if you do all the Zimbabweans because they are next door, there are many. There's not enough Nigerians for there to be a dent in the number of women. You understand? So it's not that one doesn't exist because the numbers just don't match. The numbers doesn't agree for that point of view, that analogy to make sense. Now, why do we not date Nigerian women? I personally don't have a problem with women from outside. So it's not a cultural issue or whatever. I've just never seen a pretty Nigerian woman. You know, there's beautiful South African women. There's the Bonangs of this world. I'm going to talk about the popular hands. But you go into Soweto, you go into Kempton Park or wherever, there's beautiful South African girls. There's the Monangs, there's the Tulipongolos of this world, there's the Londi Londons, there's the Jerre. You know, I just haven't seen a Nigerian woman that would make me say, whoa. I've seen gorgeous Zimbabwean women, I have. I've seen Botswana women, I have. I've seen gorgeous Kenyan women, Tanzanian women. I have. I've just not seen a Nigerian woman that would make me think like, oh my God, I just have to get with this woman. I just have to talk to her. I've not seen a Nigerian woman that has made me feel that way. So I think that is the issue. There's not enough Nigerian women who are attractive enough for us to go crazy over. Relax.
Yes, there's nothing more annoying than someone who plagiarizes our page. Like, this question has been doing rounds on Twitter for the longest time now. Kodwa nifuna ukuzoxoxa into eyodwa, even here. Ayikahle my page. But to answer your question, how often do you encounter Nigerian women in South Africa? Yeah, well, and for the most part of South Africans, we don't even travel, so where are we gonna meet these Nigerian women? Yeah, well. But to come on here and have this idea you go to like South African men don't date foreign women or can't date foreign women because of the ideas you guys have on social media do not and are not evidence of what happens in real life. Like, not even close, bruh.
So nilapha ngihlebele ntazana. Ungayithi paha. Ungayithi sebe uliwise kwabaphambukeli. Thina kaloku sicingela abantwana. Nkosi yami, olilitha, olathitha, okayone, okhonaye. Yandiva? Ndalobe yandiva na. On top of that, sine-family ezisileyo thina. Uyaqonda uba o-cousin sister bam xa besisithi emcimbini mhlawumbi baseziko kuthiwe laa nkosikazi kaSomelele ongumamni phofu. Emfika umakazi okanye udaba wosileyo wam ozothi uyintoni, sekubuza ngoku nabantwana bam uba uzalwa ngumamni. Ayinasiduko leyo. No, don't set us up.